Best advice on how to close or at least not offend a referral client with lots of influence, but unrealistic on how to close or at least not offend a referral client with lots of influence, but unrealistic or just ignorant of cost of services. I want to rank for every term Google first position for HVAC and Google. Go easy, Marco. The referring party is a dear friend, and I actually believe I can help him. And in pitching social ordeals to start. Okay, so I just went through this with a client referral from somebody that's highly respect or that I highly respect. He referred a potential client to me, and I spent literally about 8 hours doing a complete digital presence audit for this company. I generated multiple reports, multiple videos explaining what I saw, where I saw opportunity, because this guy spends $20,000 a month on AdWords alone. And so it was a really big client for me. And so, I spent literally 8 hours doing all this work, generating reports and audits and all that, and then creating a proposal and sending it to him. And because it was a client referral from somebody that I really respect, I don't come in with high numbers and then plan on negotiating. When I have a client referral, I come in with my best price. That's it. There is no room for negotiation. The only thing that could be negotiated on is potentially terms, not pricing. When I come in with a client referral, I give my best price. It's the rock bottom price. And so I did that. And I spent all this time, and the guy came back with an absolutely insulting counter proposal. And I was pissed. But fortunately, I bit my tongue and I handled it with some tact, very diplomatically. And when he sent back the counter proposal, I replied to him with a very short email that just said, thank you for your counter proposal. I must say what you proposed was unreasonable for the amount of work that you're requesting. So therefore, I must pass, or I'm going to pass on this project. I wish you and your business much success. That was it. I walked away from it. That's how you do it, Nigel. Be in a position of fuck you. Be in a position of power where you control the negotiation. In other words, come in with your best offer. If they come back with a stupid counter proposal, walk away. Just do it with some tact. Leave the door open for them to contact you, because the moral of this story, guys, just to let you know, was about 3 weeks passed from the time that I sent that email saying exactly what I just mentioned. And guess what? I started getting text messages and emails from the guy asking me to reinitiate the conversation. And so I did, and I ended up meeting with him 2 weeks ago for coffee to meet him face to face. And guess what? He signed the original proposal that I sent out. So, and it's one of my biggest contracts that I've ever, or biggest clients that I've ever landed. And this was just 2 weeks ago. No shit. And it was because I was willing to walk away from that. And it left him thinking about it for 3 weeks. And then eventually he came back and said, no, I really want to work with you. Okay, let's go ahead and proceed with the original proposal. And so I got everything that I wanted out of that just from being able to walk away. So I highly recommend that you do that. Like, you just very diplomatically say, I'm sorry, but this is not a project I want to pursue any further because some of the things that you're requesting are unreasonable. And say, I wish you and your business much success. So what do you guys have to say about that? I know we got to wrap up, but that was a great question.
I'll interject a few thoughts. One, the guy's lucky you didn't come back and say, hey, I'll work with you now, but the price went up 20% because you didn't like my first offer, right? So there's one thing. The other thing is that you could have potentially, not that you, like, obviously you landed the contract. So, but you could, like, I talk about some different pricing strategies depending on your competency, and I'll just kind of give this as a freebie thing, and we can go into more detail on it, because like my Monday training is going to be very much geared on like how to close clients and how to sell services, right? Because we have a lot of respect in that. I don't like coming in with just one yes or no offer. What I'll typically do is I will offer two different packages, if you will, and it's either a really high flat monthly fee or a reduced monthly fee and some sort of percentage of revenue or profits. And guess what they take 95% of the time? They take the flat monthly fee because they're so scared you know what the hell you're doing, that you're going to take their future money and their future revenue. And either way, it's a which one am I going to get, right? So you have to be conscientious that if you're going to offer like a performance package, that you've got all your legal stuff in place, because you're going. But it's kind of really the dummy offer. You really aren't wanting them to get that. You just want them to buy your bigger price point package that gets people to want to spend more money with you. Because when you offer something of like, here's my $4,000 a month deal, or here's my $3,000 a month, and I want like 10% of any additional revenue beyond the above your base revenue. One, you're telling them, I really know I can get you results. And two, they'll be, again, so scared that you're going to take future revenue from their table and from their kids' mouths that they'll pay you more monthly because they don't want to have to worry about it. And now they're like, which one am I going to pick?
It's a great strategy.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that. And what I would only add to this, client has unreasonable expectations. They want to rank for every Google term, first position, right? Organic, 3-pack. They want everything. Well, go to AdWords and put together some kind of presentation on what people are paying for AdWords in HVAC in the location, and show them what the monthly cost would be just for AdWords. If you have, well, you don't put an if, but with the proper budget, we can absolutely go after this, and this is what it would cost plus your management fee, of course. Or what we could do, and this is when you hit them, because I love that E-Rock alternative. You give me a flat monthly fee, or you give me a lower fee plus percentage. But first show them how unrealistic and ignorant they're being to want every first position that you could possibly get in Google for $500 a month. Fuck that.
Yeah. Here's my favorite thing is always use analogies and put it back on their business. So if it's they're an HVAC, say, great, here's what I want. Go to their website and be like, hey, I want an AC tune-up. I want a new AC. I want heating services. I want whatever else that they offer. And I want it all done for the cost of one service.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would be willing to do for me if I was your customer?
Right.
And you know what they're going to say? Well, hell no. So why would you ask me to do the very same thing that you just want that you wouldn't do for me? Right. How am I supposed to do that? A great book everybody should read is Never Split the Difference. It's called Never Split the Difference. Fantastic book. Everybody who wants to improve their negotiating skills should do it, should read that book. But just put it back on them. Just turn around and put them in, try to get them to see themselves in your shoes and why their request is unreasonable. So you don't have to tell them they're being unreasonable. They'll come to their own conclusion and they can't argue against themselves. And if they don't come to that conclusion, do what Bradley said, run screaming into the forest.
That's it.